Hello and welcome to Conservative Arkansas Media. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm your host, Paul Harrell. It's always great to talk to you. I know it's like the 10th of January. This is the first broadcast of Conservative Arkansas Media of the new year. We got a lot to get to. Well, mainly we're going to focus on one issue right now. It's a growing controversy. Yeah, I liken it similar to the recent Buffalo National River controversy, the idea of changing the national designation to potentially develop that beautiful land into something, Walmart could make money off of. Now, this is a little bit different, but it's still a growing controversy nonetheless, and it has to do with cryptocurrency, mainly crypto mining. I'm sure many of you have heard of cryptocurrency, probably have some yourself, probably have invested in it. One of the cryptocurrencies, the most famous one, Bitcoin, has you have the ability to mine it, but in order to mine it, you have to have an immense amount of computer power with computing capability. You have to have electricity. You have to have water. You have to have all of these things in order to mine cryptocurrencies, and they also make a lot of noise, and so people don't like it. So countries across the world have started banning crypto mining facilities. However, that's not the case here in Arkansas. As a matter of fact, in the last legislative session of 2023, there was a bill passed that made it easier for crypto mining facilities to locate here in Arkansas and made it more difficult for local communities to regulate them when it comes to noise and energy and things like that. And that's where we begin today. I'm going to start by let's kind of take the 30,000-foot view of all this, and let's look at crypto facilities internationally. Here is the first article we're going to be going over today on Conservative Arkansas Media. Here's the first headline, as you see. We have China has kicked out more than half of the world's Bitcoin miners. Now, this article right here, this is it. This is the one that I think is very telling. Except you could just say, let's just not put it in Arkansas. Let's not put Texas in the headline. Let's put Arkansas in the headline. China is kicking out more than half of the world's Bitcoin miners, and a whole lot of them could be headed to Texas. Again, CNBC, not the conservative outlet, not a conservative outlet. It says here, and this is back in 2021. So it took from 2021 to 2023-24 for these Bitcoin companies, and I'm not sure they're the same ones, but it'd be very difficult to figure that out anyway. I'm sure they wouldn't use the same name. That would be dumb. In May, Beijing called for a severe crackdown on Bitcoin mining and trading, setting off what is being dubbed in crypto circles as the Great Mining Migration. Where are they migrating to? Well, maybe Arkansas. Texas is an ideal destination for miners thanks to its abundance of solar and wind power, its unregulated market, and its crypto-friendly political stance. China has, and by the way, China owns America and our politicians in a big way. China has long been home to more than half of the world's Bitcoin miners, but now Beijing wants them out ASAP. In May, the government called for a severe crackdown on Bitcoin mining and trading, setting off what's been dubbed, blah, blah, blah. Mining is the energy-intensive process which both creates new coins and maintains a log of all transactions of existing digital tokens. So I know this is tough for people to understand. It's tough for me to understand, and I'm technically a millennial, although I hate that I'm a millennial. Although I know the Zoomers are getting a lot of grief these days. Mining is the energy-intensive process which both creates new coins and maintains a log of all transactions of existing digital tokens. But you got to have a lot of computers. You got to have big computers that can do a lot of computations in order to find your coin. I found a coin that's worth $30,000. Despite a lack of reserves that caused day-long blackouts last winter, Texas often has some of the world's lowest energy prices, and its share of renewables is growing over time with 20% of its power. It has a deregulated power grid that lets customers choose between power providers, and crucially, its political leaders are very pro-crypto, dream conditions for a miner looking for the kind of welcome and cheap energy sources. So this is why I wanted to start here, Arkansas, because if Texas is controlled by Republicans, Arkansas is controlled by Republicans, it says here that Texas is friendly towards crypto. So it's not a stretch to think that there are Republicans who are friendly towards crypto. After all, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed the crypto bill, last year that is now causing a ruckus There are people that are upset about this. Okay, let's go to another headline. Arkansas towns versus Chinese supercomputers. How recent legislation removes local government's ability to regulate cryptocurrency. Now, this was last year in the middle of the summer. Okay, Andrew Mobley, ABC 7. Controversy has erupted in Arkansas towns where cryptocurrency mining facilities are springing up. Some local governments are upset that recent legislation signed into law by the governor hamstrings their ability to regulate commercial crypto mines within the city limits. In Harrison, Arkansas, community and city government opposition have fended off an unwanted crypto mine in city limits for now. City officials said that Act 851, which was House Bill 1799, signed into law on April 14th, essentially precludes them from regulating commercial crypto mines, which seem to have seized the opportunity and have been appearing all over the state in recent months. Now, again, why are they appearing all over the state in recent months? Well, in 2021... I'm just saying this could be the reason. Back in 2021, China started kicking these companies out of their country. And I thought we were against. It's just interesting. I don't know. I know we're against China. Certainly, we're against China as a state of Arkansas. Our policy is way more proactive than what the previous governor's was. I mean, you have Sarah that's going after companies in Arkansas that have Chinese ties. I gotta wonder if some of these former Chinese companies, and we're going to get to that here in a minute because there's movement on that. Some of these companies in China that get kicked out, and it's not just China. I think Kazakhstan, had crypto mining facilities as well. Some of these companies that have been kicked out, are they still Chinese? Are they rebranded? If they're going to be in Arkansas, they better rebrand. But again, this also negates the fact that people don't want these noise, energy reducing, these noise making facilities, energy sucking things in their community. And you got to wonder, why did Arkansas do this? At least that's what people, I don't have one in my backyard as far as I know, up where I live in little old northeast Arkansas. But maybe I do. Okay, back to this one. I did it again. Okay, here we go. So, grievances of local residents, and again, this was June of last year, this article, and governments in towns, these businesses bring their operations to a range from massive power consumption to loud noise generated by crypto mining computer arrays, as well as suspicion surrounding one of the most active crypto mining companies new to the state, Green Digital LLC, which is a subsidiary of a holding group owned in part by the Chinese Communist Party. Let's go to the next article. Arkansas senator seeks answers from governor's office as outcry over unwanted crypto mines grow. Andrew Mobley writing this. Again, this was in October of last year, getting closer to 2024. We're going to catch up, don't worry. Small towns across Arkansas are becoming the unwilling hosts of cryptocurrency mining facilities, hooking up to their power grids and evoking increasing outcry among locals. An Arkansas lawmaker is seeking answers to questions many concerned Arkansans have about crypto mines setting up shop near them. Ever since a Chinese government-affiliated company attempted to construct a crypto mine in Harrison, the town's district representative, Senator Brian King, has been more than a little alarmed. A law passed at the legislative session earlier this year, last year at this point, Act 851, rolled out the welcome mat for crypto mining businesses in the state, largely preventing local governments from regulating crypto mines. King requested the repeal of Act 851 during a September special session, but the motion was shot down. Since then, King has requested records pertaining to crypto mines and Act 851 from a governor's office staffer, Legislative Director Jamie Barker. It says, quote, so this is a quote from Brian King. He's one of them that had a meeting with county officials here recently that I was not invited to. He seems to be the one that I think needs to be the one answering questions, end quote. King's request was denied by the governor's office, which asserted that by statute and case law, the records he requested were exempt from Arkansas's Freedom of Information Act law. King also criticized the governor for not putting the issue of crypto mining in Act 851 in the call for the special session. Okay, so that was, again, October 2023. Next up, we have this. December 12th, Andrew Mobley again. Another headline, a different Arkansas legislator urges special session to repeal controversial crypto mining law as 2 new facilities set up shop in Pope County. Crypto mining has become a hot-button issue in Arkansas, even more so after the law passed earlier this year that limits local government's ability to regulate crypto mines. State Representative Matt Duffield of District 53 announced Monday that he is calling on the governor to call a special session to repeal the law. So we have another legislator saying we've got to repeal this law. Duffield is quoted as saying, "You're not going to find anybody that's more for limited government regulation than me, but this is a totally different animal. These crypto mining facilities have less regulation than my small business or very small businesses around the state." And again, I just want to reiterate, it's just weird to me, and you guys feel free to connect these dots, but why is China kicking these companies out and we are accepting them? It just is odd to me that that's the case. Were these companies good for the Chinese? And we're just, they're just so stupid that they kicked their company. They kicked these businesses out, but we're gonna take them in, and it's gonna be good for us. But I mean, those Chinese over there, they were just looking to gift horse in the mouth. I mean, this was an amazing opportunity for them. Why wouldn't they want crypto mines in their country? Well, they kicked them out, and all of a sudden we're taking them in with open arms. It's very strange to me. It should be strange to all of you, I think. The 2 new crypto mines are setting up shop in the district Duffield represents in the Russellville city limits. I feel so sorry for Pope County. I really do. I don't even know how that casino thing is going, but I mean, I just feel like Russellville gets singled out. I really do. I feel like Russellville, Arkansas, and Pope County, you guys got a casino forced on you that many of you didn't want, and now you're getting crypto mines. What in the world is going on? You're getting crypto mines you don't want. According to Russellville City Planner Sarah John Dahl, the crypto mine owned by a Fayetteville-based company called Block Ops has complied with the sound ordinances, among other requirements. But this is what she says, quote, Act 851 really tied our hands. We're just doing the best we can with the hand that we've been dealt. Then she goes on to say, I think so far this has really been a success story for Russellville. I don't know about that, but she's saying that, look, they can't regulate this because of the law, all right? Which the state of Arkansas has every bit of the authority to do this, by the way. They have every bit of authority to regulate what cities can do, with, I'm sure, some limitations, but not a lot, okay? 10 minutes up the road in the small community of Moreland, another company has purchased land for a crypto mine next to Moreland First Baptist Church. Neighboring property owners were notified of the purchase and proposed facility in a letter from Little Rock law firm Wright Lindsay Jennings. According to Moreland First Baptist pastor Rick Smith, the company behind the proposed crypto mine is Moreland Holding LLC, or at least that's the shell company's name. Quote, one of our concerns, of course, as a church is having services on Sunday and having to compete with the kind of noise issue. Another concern Smith's congregation and other locals have are the massive amounts of electricity the crypto mine may pull from their local power grid. Fears about potential threats to national security posed by Chinese-owned crypto mines are also present, as they are across the state and the entire nation. Again, China is kicking out more than half of the world's Bitcoin miners, and a whole lot of them could be headed to Arkansas. I mean Texas. I mean Republican-controlled states. Interesting, to say the least. Quote, I hope the governor's office, this is from State Representative Duffield, I hope the governor's office reviews the letter I respectfully sent to them and that they will see the many negative potential consequences these facilities could have, not just in our district here in Russellville, but statewide. They could be numerous, and I think we need to step in and repeal the legislation. Good for State Representative Duffield. We also have this, Tammy Teague, writing over at Resident News Network. Amid growing public outcry, State Representative Duffield calls for a special session to stop proliferation of crypto mines. There's more of that. More of his quote, I speak for my constituents in Pope County and many other legislators who face a growing revolt over the proliferation of crypto mines, the lack of local control, and the way the Arkansas Data Centers Act allows these companies to override local concerns. And then lastly, we do have this. So that was, again, what are the dates on this? That was December 12th. Representative Duffield joined Brian King in calling for a special session. Then we have this article next. So December 12th, and now we are in, let's see, December 13th. So the very next day, December 12th, Duffield calls for the action, and then the very next day, Arkansas begins investigating companies, according to the headlines, crypto mines with possible ties to Chinese government. Because you're not supposed to have companies in here at all. Now, we don't need any crypto companies here, I don't think. But we certainly don't need them tied to China when we have the governor's office and the attorney general going after like Rise Ever Machinery and companies like that that are owned by the Chinese or partially owned, or you have interest in them, and you can't operate here. Okay. Also, Syngenta was another company recently, which I think that's a good thing, right? And I think all of us think that that's a good thing as well. Again, ABC 7, Arkansas Secretary of Agriculture on Tuesday requested the state's attorney general investigate 2 companies he believes has ties to the Chinese government. Rise Ever Machinery, a parts manufacturer in Cricket County, and Jones Digital LLC, a crypto mine in Arkansas County, are the 2 companies of concern. The Sanders administration's first public effort looking into the companies, particularly Jones Digital, has been long awaited by concerned Arkansas communities. The first company, Rise Ever, is not a crypto mine, but raises red flags according to the Department of Agriculture, which says the company has paid its taxes, but there does not appear to be anyone working there. The other company, Jones Digital, is an operator of an extremely controversial crypto mine in Arkansas County. Ward said not only does he believe the company's ownership is tied to the Communist Chinese Party, but it appears to be behind multiple other crypto mining companies in the state, including Green Digital, New Rays, Vilo, Bono Management. I guess I do have one in my neck of the woods. And Meta Harsh, assuming that's Bono, Arkansas. The basis for the department's request for an investigation, Act 636, which prohibits ownership of Arkansas land by foreign party-controlled businesses. China continues to be a country subject to the international traffic in arms regulations, and it's subject to the prohibitions of Act 636, Ward wrote in his letter to Attorney General Tim Griffin. Okay, so there is some movement here, and this is a good thing. This is a positive thing, okay? This law, this crypto law, I don't know how people thought it was a good idea, but they thought it was a good idea. It's not a good idea, and I think we understand why. This right here, this is why. This is why. What do they know that we don't know? Are they just stupid? They're clearly not stupid, okay? They're clearly not stupid. So what is it? China's kicking them out. We're bringing them in. This is a huge problem. Needs to be addressed. And I hope the governor does call a special session. And, you've got the fiscal session coming up here in April, conveniently after the primaries, which is going to be big. Super Tuesday is going to be a big deal. And right after that, it would be a great time. If you don't want to do it now, it would be a great time to repeal the crypto mining bill. Go ahead and let people know that's what you want to do. These local communities don't want crypto mines. Who wants a crypto mine, right? In Arkansas. Come on, man. Like, this is just duh. And I guess here's the deal. The people that are for it, which are inevitably going to be, we're a massive supermajority controlled Republican state. The governor signed the bill. Obviously, she, I'm assuming thought some aspects of it were good. Maybe not. I don't know. I understand how, you can sign bills that just, can kind of slip through the cracks. And, I don't really know. I don't know what the governor's stance on this is. But if this is good for us, I think the people of Arkansas need to hear from our leaders as to why it's good for us. I would be interested to know why, have them explain. This is why it was a good reason to take local control away from governments that are going to have to live. They're the ones that are going to actually have to live with. It's just like the whole rest of the state got to vote for a casino in Pope Park. Like, I live in Cricket County, Arkansas, and I got to vote as to whether or not Pope County should have a casino or whether Pine Bluff should get a casino. And what does that make? That makes no sense at all that I had a say in that, to put a casino in our Constitution. Likewise, it just doesn't make any sense that you would take this local control away where the people in the community don't have a say to govern themselves when it comes to this private corporation, this private company. I think that's wrong. I think that just goes against. Now, I could be wrong, but I think we should know. We should hear from our elected officials if this is good for us, just explain it to us. Explain why crypto mining facilities are good for Arkansas. Is it because of the tax revenue that they bring in? Okay, all right, well, I mean, they're going to have to pay Arkansas taxes to operate here. Okay, all right. Well, that's one. Certainly that's a positive, right? Is that it? Is it just about the money? All right, is this church going to have to suffer with these noise and these electrical grid worries because Arkansas wants a little bit more tax dollars? What else is it? What else is it? And I got to tell you, my somebody who's been covering Arkansas politics for a long time, the amount of money that's attached to this particular industry, stuff like this that just kind of gets greenlit and there's probably a lot more to this story than we know. And here at Conservative Arkansas Media, we are going to continue to cover this story and tell you what we know, tell you when we know it. And my name is Paul Harrell, and I really appreciate you being with me. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope it's going great for you, and we'll see you next time.